Yes, I accused Zander of framing you.
Directly to his face, you did?
He knows too much about this murder, Nikolas. At the very least, the police should be questioning him.
Did you tell him that?
Maybe not directly, but I told Rick that I suspect Zander.
Then let Rick deal with it. You need to stay away from Zander.
This is the last place that I expected to see you.
Is Emily here?
She's at the police station with Nikolas.
Would you mind telling her I stopped by, please?
Think about what you're doing, Zander. You said Nikolas put you in the hospital?
He did. He admitted it.
And because of those assault charges, you know his bail was revoked.
It's not my problem.
And now you're standing here in his house looking for your ex-wife. Do you have any idea how that makes you look?
Why do I care how it makes me look?
You need to care, Zander. You need to step away from this and think about what you're doing. We all know that Emily broke your heart. We all know that it's unfair, but you need to get over it and let it go.
You gonna bill me for this legal
advice? Have I ever billed you for a penny of my legal advice?
It's pro bono, isn't that what they call that?
Zander, I'm talking to you as your friend. This is gonna hurt you more than it is ever gonna hurt Nikolas and Emily. Look what it did to Stefan when he tried to get in the way between the two of them. You still have a chance to get out of this.
Why would I want to do that?
Because Emily thinks that you killed Cody McCall.
She's just upset. I don't even know who the guy is.
And I believe you, but a jury may not.
What are you talking about, a jury?
It's against the law to frame a man for murder, Zander.
Alexis, how in the world am I going to frame Nicholas Cassadine? The cops in this town hate me.
Stop it.
I got no power here.
Stop it. We all know you're in a perfect position to get anything that you want.
Zander wants revenge against me. Okay? That makes him dangerous.
I'm not afraid of Zander, Nikolas. I broke his heart. He's reacting badly, but that doesn't mean he's gonna hurt me.
I mean, trashing his own life by working for Faith is one thing, but blowing up my freighter, framing me for murder? Come on. You just said he may have even killed Cody himself.
You're innocent, Nikolas, and once we prove it, Zander's gonna back off.
Look, I know that some part of you still believes in him. But I know better, okay? Stay away from him. Don't talk to him. Cross the street to avoid him. Please.
I know what you're doing, Zander, which means that other people will know too, eventually.
I'm not doing anything.
You told me that Elizabeth is pregnant with your child. And then you asked me what your legal options were, and then you told me that Rick is pressuring you to sign over your legal rights. Those are tactical errors, by the way, if you plan on winning this particular game.
I'm sorry, Alexis, you just lost me.
You haven't signed over your parental rights yet, have you?
Obviously, you've just taken yourself out of that loop.
Holding out for Rick to do whatever you want? Must be a very powerful feeling to have the ADA by the throat. And you know what? It's working because he's fabricated a really good story against Nikolas based on nothing.
Again, that's not my problem.
And don't get me wrong, you know, I think that you should take your time about whether you're going to sign over your parental rights because it's a very difficult decision, Zander.
Yes, it is.
What are you holding out for, 30 years or life in prison?
That's it, Alexis. You played the system, and you got away with murder. You've proven that you will do anything to save yourself or to save your daughter. Now you've created this wild story to save your nephew.
Don't ever underestimate the truth, Zander. And don't underestimate Rick Lansing because he's meaner than you are. Actually, I'm told that he doesn't have a conscience at all.
You think I have a deal with Rick Lansing? Let's get him on the phone. Run that theory past him, see what he thinks.
We both were aware of the danger. We didn't care. We knew Constance didn't belong in my world. We didn't care. We knew that our love was dangerous. We didn't care. We were together. Nothing else mattered at all. Nothing could keep us apart, not money, social position, certainly not her parents. She was betrothed to a Spanish nobleman. She would have married him until the fateful night we met. And after that, the world shifted. Nothing would ever be as it was before. And we didn't care.
I never experienced love like this before. I never knew there was such a feeling.
Why?
To think I might have spent my entire life with another, never knowing.
You mustn't think about that right now, my love.
My heart is bursting with love. Oh, Blackthorn. I'd rather go to a convent than marry that man.
I see. I don't see a convent in your future.
Thank God.
You will be abducted by pirates, however.
Splendid.
You'll be swept away, you'll vanish, never to be seen again, long before you take vows from your Spanish nobleman.
It's him. We're bound up.
Don't be afraid.
In the name of His Highness, the King, I place the Blackthorn under arrest.
The man was consumed with jealousy, and rightly so. He was driven by hatred of me and was not without power, for he had influence in the king's court. I was thrown into prison and feared I'd never see my Constance again.
Please, I know I've wronged you. I'm begging for forgiveness.
We are long past forgiveness, dear lady.
No, I never intended to fall in love with you.
As I never intended to fall in love with you.
You were my first suitor, and a true one. When we were betrothed, I was happy. We could have had a fine life.
We will have a fine life.
My heart is broken free. I can't call it back. It loves who it will. I can only follow.
You will not follow the pirate.
Please, I know I've hurt you, and I'm sorry. But please don't unleash your anger on Blackthorn.
As the cock crows tomorrow, Blackthorn will meet the hangman's nose.
No, dear God, don't kill him.
I will not. If you marry me tonight.
I don't love you.
You did once.
The man I loved would have never done this.
Then you will learn to love the man who has. Forever.
What are you doing here?
I think you know.
You should leave, Zander.
I want you, Emily. I always have, and I always will.
Please, go,
Nikolas
Zander.
took full advantage of your illness, and he moved in on you.
No, that isn't what happened.
If you had never gotten sick, he never would have had a chance.
Don't think that way, Zander.
I know, and I believe in the love that we shared. It was real from the start, and it's real
Zander,
now.
get away! No! Let go of me!
You know what I think? I think you still love me, and you're afraid to admit that. Come on.
Get the hell out of here! I swear to God, I'll call the police!